What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mario. This video, we're going to be breaking down a couple different PvP scenarios from some fights that I got into, and I actually won. I've been winning a lot more fights just based off of, rewatching the gameplay that I actually record. So that way I can kind of analyze it. And even if I lose the fight or I win the fight, there's still always room for improvement. So we're constantly trying to get 1% better every single day in this game. A couple weeks ago, I actually had a coaching session with No Generals from twitch.tv. His link is going to be in the video description below. So definitely, if you want to get better at Escape from Tarkov, he's probably the best bet. He's a very PvP heavy person. This is his third wipe, and he's absolutely killing it. Since day one, he is dedicated, getting better at the game, and it's definitely paying off for him now. So that's one thing I incorporated in my play style, not mimicking his play style, but taking away from different players that I watch, and also him in like learning different scenarios, learning new game mechanics that we're actually going to go over in this video, and just breaking down the meat and potatoes of this video and like seeing how we can get better. So I definitely learned something from playing this game just every day. Hopefully you guys can take away from my thought process in these clips. So we're actually going to roll the clips right now. And if you guys like it, definitely drop a like and a comment below, and consider subscribing to the channel. It would definitely help us out. But without further ado, we're going to get right into it right now. All right, so for the first fight that we're going to analyze, me and my buddy Shane, we're pushing up to construction site so we can get closer to finishing his task for the unknown key. And as we're pushing up, we hear people, footsteps right up ahead, and we hear gunshots in the distance. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw a flashbang. I'm gonna underhand nade it so that way I don't overshoot it, because I know they're kind of close. Just can't pinpoint exactly where they are. So I hear them. Now I see one. Throw another nade underhand. Now that I know exactly where they're at. So we're going to go ahead and just flash them. So I'm mindful how close I am to my teammate, and we pick up the kills. So at this moment, I don't know if I actually got the kill or if Shane took out both of them. But we're going to go ahead and check the dog tags. Shane's kill and my kill. So the next fight that we're going to break down is this woods fight that we got into. So Shane hears Mosin shots off in the distance. So we start pushing up on the location. Shane ends up seeing a dead scav, so we know the player is around. So what I'm doing is I'm actually clearing the hillside just in case he has distance, because if he's using Mosin, he's going to be taking like far shots away. We push down to this crack, right peak. I see him.
Right here.
And we pick up the kill. So same exact raid, we ended up backtracking so that way he can go get his task done in ZB14. So since we've already been through this area, we know it's clear, but since it's later on in the raid, what we decide is we're going to the scav med camp, and we're going to clear this out so that way we can have a smooth push all the way to outskirts in ZB14. So as we're pushing up, I'm clearing the towers because that's where I actually like to sit if I'm watching while my teammates loot. So we hear somebody running. I think it's a scav, but it's actually not.
Going out.
So we toss a flashbang, try to get information, see if we have a scav voice line. So he points out to me that scavs are dead. And so now we're trying to pinpoint the location of this player.
My nade.
And the reason why we say my nade is so that way my teammate knows that I am in fact throwing a nade. And so if there's an explosion, he knows it's coming from me. So we're trying to make a little bit of noise, get a little bit more information. I move my flashbangs up so that way I'm not wasting the F1 grenade.
My nade again.
I hear a shot whiz out of my left ear, so I'm thinking he's kind of close.
Shot at me, I think.
So now we put the F1 in our first grenade slot. So now we're actually going to go for the kill and hopefully get him to run around. And so in this scenario, we use grenades for utilities. So right there, I see his head, but I didn't realize it until I actually watched the VOD over. So in the moment, in the actual fight, I did not see him.
I'm running over to you. Try to make some noise, draw him out.
So as we continue to clear the area, what we're going to do is we're going to end up taking space on this guy and taking positive map control. So we're cutting off any opportunity he has to like try to flank us. All right, so now we see him, and now we're going to swing him
On the other side. Dead.
and we pick up. All right, so for the next fight, it took place on factory. And as soon as we spawn in, we're going to go ahead and pre-pain kill. So that way, if we get shot in the legs, we're still able to move around. So my teammate says there's a guy in the hallway straight ahead of us. He just spawned in. So we're going to toss a flashbang, get more information. Check the left side because that's another player spawn. Hit him with another flashbang. So he's flashed. We hear him. So we're going to push this guy. So we're mindful when we actually push that we check our corner here. And that way, when we sprint up, we're not necessarily sprinting the full way. We're going to keep our laser pointed so that way we don't get caught in that sprint animation and off guard. Because I've lost plenty of fights like this by sprinting at a player, not anticipating that he's going to push. So I'm currently pushing. I'm keeping my laser around that chest and head level. And we ended up picking up the kill. So that's a good tip for like new players. Like, do not get caught in that sprint animation. Keep your laser pointed at the chest and head level and just hit fire. Hit fire in this game is so overpowered, especially when you have these lasers on, because it actually decreases the recoil and you can actually see where your laser is pointed. And I actually think you're a lot more accurate that way. All right, so this next fight, we're in reserve. We're in the food storage bunker. I actually have to go down here to locate the food and then extract. But what I didn't anticipate was there was going to be players down here. So guy is actually ratting. He's laying down. So I'm going to lean and I'm going to peek it a little bit. Try to get him to like pop a shot. He pops a shot. I cut back.
I think that.
So now I know there is another player. So there's two players. One's got a shotgun and one's got a full auto gun.
There's two of them.
So what's going to end up happening is this guy that was laying down, he's going to push me. So I'm going to do is I'm going to hear him and I'm going to lean and I'm going to pre-fire him. He didn't hit a shot on me. I think he panicked, but we ended up picking up the kill. So we're going to reset. We're going to reload. And we're going to listen because we don't know where that other player is exactly.
Remember left click.
Hold on.
Green.
So we're taking this time to heal. And so we hear somebody coming to the left. So it's definitely Scav. So we're going to take these guys out real quick. And they actually just did us a favor by opening that door. So we're going to push out and we're going to completely reevaluate and assess this fight to see if we should take it or we shouldn't take it. So we're going to give ourselves time to get the nerves calmed down, repack some mags, pop some painkillers, and just reassess everything. So Scav pushes from behind. I know the guy hears those shots, so what I'm anticipating is he's going to push this door. So we're going to prepay and kill, and we're going to be ready to go for this fight.
You think I should push this guy or no?
So we hear nades.
He threw another nade.
So he hasn't moved from that spot.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's playing scared.
Fourth nade.
So we're topping off our mags, so that way there's nothing that's going to hold us back from winning this gunfight. So now we're going to push up, now that we know he hasn't moved.
Oh shit.
So now we're laying down to see if we can get like a pick or just some information on like whereabouts he is.
I just found a kitted gun spawn on reserve. With full BT ammo.
So we're lean peeking. We're getting to the next available cover, making sure that we're staying in cover the entire time.
Oh my god. What is going on?
So we hear him. Now I know the general direction of where he's at. Still staying in cover, moving around, making some noise, trying to bait him out. And we're being very patient with this fight. Because that's like the main key you want to take away is like when you're in a fight, you want to, it's not about having the best aim or the best gunplay or gun skill. It's about having position and knowing when to push and be patient. So we're constantly peeking, trying to get some information. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start taking map control very soon. So that way we can narrow this gap between us and cut off his angles. And so we're not playing scared anymore. We're definitely playing the aggressor role, but still playing passive aggressive.
Trying to think of how I'm gonna play this.
You have any grenades with you?
No.
And that was a big mistake that I had is I didn't bring any nades.
I know he's back there. I just don't know exactly where he's at.
So now we start taking space, start closing that gap. So right here is definitely a good push. I'm still in cover. I know he's somewhere back here. And so he hears my footsteps. So he thinks I'm pushing him, but I'm still in cover. So even if he pushes me, he's not going to see me, but I'm going to hear everything. So now I hear him. He's pushing straight towards me. So I'm going to lean right and I'm going to end up picking up this kill. All right, so that concludes today's video. So in the video, we touched on knowing when to be patient, knowing when to swing, not getting caught in a sprint animation, and that hit fire is definitely the best way to go, especially if you're close range. It's a lot more accurate. But like I said, if you guys like the video, definitely drop a like, drop a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.